Life sometimes come at you fast. Tragedies make your life unravel. You feel like you wanna give up and stay knocked down. Even when your heart is shattered, you still got a life to live. You still got a life to live, so don't give up. We are beautiful miracles. We are beautiful miracles. We are beautiful miracles, so don't give up.
Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining me today on my podcast, Beautiful Tragedy. If you like what you're hearing, would you please like, comment, share, and subscribe? In today's episode, I would like to talk to you about healing being a choice. The thought of healing after the death of my child sounded totally crazy when I first began my journey with child loss. I didn't want to, and I couldn't fathom that it was a possibility. I just want to make it clear, I will never get over the loss of my child. I'm on a journey of learning to carry my grief and my love for my child at the same time of having joy also. I was lucky enough to hear that this was a choice and even a possibility the day after my son died. Our pastor drove from Oklahoma and sat in our living room and imparted some words on us that really shaped the trajectory of my journey. I knew right then and there that I would do everything I could to honor my precious child and tell his story. I really did want to learn how to carry both my grief and joy at the same time, but I didn't know how, and it felt completely impossible. I desperately tried anything and everything I could to avoid feeling the pain that the loss of a child brings. When your child dies, your present and your future are obliterated. It feels like your life has just imploded in front of your eyes and you can't see past the dust. When you hear the words, "Mommy, you don't laugh anymore," from your surviving child, it will break your already broken heart. "Mommy, you don't smile like you used to." It'll just crush your soul. But rather than letting it take me further into the abyss, I chose to let that be the motivation I needed to work towards healing. My definition of healing is not that I will get better and will no longer experience pain from the loss of my child. I won't get over it. I'll learn to live with the loss and try to give my surviving child the best life I can. To say this is hard does not even begin to describe it. The thought of my child only being able to remember his mommy as sad is not a memory that I want to taint his childhood, and it is motivation enough for me to work towards healing. What I have learned is that healing is intentional. It's a choice. It's something that you have to work towards. It doesn't mean that I will forget my child who died. It means feeling the feelings. It means going through the pain, not around it. It means doing the hard work with the possibility of seeing life through a different lens. Losing a child makes you see life differently. It shows you that you have no control. It shows you that even your worst nightmare can come true. It doesn't matter how much you love your child. If it's their time, they will go. It can make you very pessimistic. It can make you feel like you aren't scared of anything because the worst possible thing has already happened. It can make you have anxiety through the roof. But it can also open your eyes to the pain of others. It can show you that you can make an impact on others by sharing your story. You can see the beauty and the kindness in the world. You see that there are people out there making changes and trying to better people's life through their pain. Ben Rector sings a song called "Life Keeps Moving On," and he has some very profound words to share. He sings, "Life keeps moving on. It's beautiful and tragic. A different verse, but same old song. Sometimes the only thing you learn is that life keeps moving on." He also sings, "We're better off the sooner that we find that life is mostly what we choose to see. Because whether or not I've got what I want, life keeps moving on in front of me." Honestly, this fact is one thing that has really gotten me hung up in the past. The fact that life keeps moving on when you don't want it to or you don't think it can. While healing and learning to see your way forward after child loss is not easy, but it is a choice. I don't want to make it seem like it's easy because it's not. Not everyone gets to the point to work towards healing, and that's okay. If you decide that you want to take that step, just know that you're not alone. Grieving and healing, they're not linear. It's a constant work in progress. You may have days that you feel okay. You may have a string of days where you don't cry. Or or that your thoughts aren't just only consumed with your child's death. You may have a few days in a row where all you can do is think about your child and yearn to hear them laugh just one more time. You have days where you're so angry that you don't like anyone or anything. The point is, this is messy. My message is always that it's not easy and I don't have all the answers and it's incredibly hard. But I also know that it is possible to find happiness again. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. And really, what else can we do? In some ways, I feel like I just want to pass the time until I can be with my boy again. But if the time is going to pass anyway, why not consider the possibility of living again? I end this podcast with, we do the best we can until we know better. And then when we know better, we do better. So really, the point of this episode is just to let you know that healing is an option and living forward is an option. So thank you.